such an exciting time, but definitely had your ups and downs through it with, securing a lease and getting everything ready. So can you remember back, what was one of the highlights of the Clarity Catalyst for you?
Honestly, I think understanding myself better. Understanding why I was thinking the way I was thinking, the way I was reacting to things, the way I was reacting. And let's face it, trying to open a business, not everything was going the way I expected it to go, if we're going to use some of the language you've taught us. So it was about that. And then having the ability to have a group of women that I was meeting pretty much for the first time in those workshops, and yourself, and be able to help me work through those processes and kind of be my sounding board, really.
It was great. And you're right, it is the community too. Although, yes, I'm facilitating it, and this program's from the Stanford University and great for mindset stuff, but it is the container of women that you get to be a soundboard with, and everyone's going through their own little stuff at the moment. And like I always say, not that the Clarity Catalyst by any stretch of the imagination is counseling or psychology. It's more that looking forward, like keep looking forward, and that mindset stuff, because one of the weeks was about expectations, and that's a big one because it's natural. Of course we have expectations, but it's managing it when things don't go right, huh? And that was probably, I remember that also.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And was there anything else that you remember from the Clarity Catalyst that was also helpful? Getting to know yourself better. Was there anything else that was really helpful?
Oh, look, processing fear for me was a big one. Fear in my decisions, fear in the purchases I was about to make for the clinic, fear in the treatments that I was going to recommend, in the sense of, fear is healthy, and, that was good to work through that process, but also then acknowledging that fear, working through that, understanding why was I responding the way I was, what was I overthinking and overanalyzing. And then I guess then it just kind of branched out into so many different areas, money scarcity mindset, the expectations of others, that voice of judgment in me, overthinking my processes. And then also, that tool you taught us about flipping that coin, as to whether, we couldn't make a decision, flip that coin, and we soon worked out what the answer was that we wanted, wasn't it? Because we didn't like what the coin did, we just kept flicking the coin. So from that point of view, they were all good. And then just the whole soulfulness that you, I don't think you taught me, but you really helped me to connect better with, not only through meditation, but through the language, Emma, the choice of words that you would, reword for me or rephrase that helped me to, just live from a better place, live from that space of gratitude, live from that space of, you can always say, you always know, and it's just stopping and being, be here now and think about, okay, well, what is the answer that I'm searching for, or what is it that I'm looking for? And I guess the other one too, Em, was, trying to minimize the stress. Opening a business and being financially way over committed, and trying to work through that stress was very, very helpful.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, great. Yeah, all those tools. And like I often say about the Clarity Catalyst too, am I teaching things you don't already know? Not necessarily, just reminding you things that you do know, because that is right. We do have our own answers. We certainly do. But sometimes it's just some really great questions get asked for you then to tap into your own answers. And that's a biggie, isn't it? That's, because we know what we know. And particularly in business, we're the driver of the ship. We have to be amazing leaders. So being able to lean into yourself and trust yourself, like you say, when you're stressed and potentially a little overcommitted, but knowing that the buck stops and starts with you, and having that unshakable confidence. And I think that's what it is in business too, isn't it? It's that unshakable mindset that I have got my own back.
Yeah.
It's massive.
And at times I didn't. but you had it for me, and the girls in the group had it for me, and we could work through it. And then you had the, the peer calls every week that initially started with you, and helped us to get to know oneself and the way we thought better, and then to do it with other women. That initially, if you'd just put us with other women straight away, I would have been, oh no, thanks, but no thanks. But by the end, if I could sign up to weekly clarity mindset, I'd be there every week. I'd drop everything and make it work. So yeah,
it is amazing, is it? The power of when you have an intention. When you get together with those peer calls, there's a specific intention for that call, whatever the week is, and just bouncing with someone else, around a certain topic is powerful, isn't it? That's part of the magic of the group, I always think, is that connection that you have with everyone else. Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So beautiful. So my darling, one more question, because I know it's late at night. One more question. Thanks everyone for joining. It's lovely to see some beautiful people here. So Radji, if someone was thinking of doing the Clarity Catalyst, what would you say to them?
Don't think, do. I know it sounds quite simple, doesn't it? And I promise Emma didn't pay me any money to make these answers, so let's do our disclaimer right here. If you're drawn to it already, I feel like it's going to reach a certain kind of person probably more than others. Then don't hesitate, do it. Trust the process, and look forward to what you're going to discover in yourself, really, and why you react to certain things the way that perhaps you do. And that whole the meditation, I think, was just so fabulous to understand, some of the things what happened during our meditation processes as to what that meant afterwards. Emma, I'd always come and ask you, what does that mean? And what does that mean? And, that deep